We've been waiting for this retreat for a long time.
MEDA has brought together through this event key actors of the consortium into a 3-day gender lens investment retreat. And the main aim of this is to help the investment vehicles and other actors in the consortium to deepen their understanding and refine their processes around gender lens investment.
So the goal of this retreat is to really highlight how we are doing gender lens investing and how great our fund managers are in gender lens investing to really go deep in gender. So the way this retreat has been structured is through what Criterion has been calling our TOOLKIT training that gives you the 5 strategies to use for creating social change using finance.
Coming into the retreat, I had a really narrow perspective towards gender lens investing because I was under the impression that we are doing most of these things as a fund, and what we needed to do is to better structure it. So I thought I would be coming in to get like a clear template, a checklist of sorts, to just build in structure within the fund. I've managed to establish that it's beyond just having a set of checklists, a set of structures and processes, and therefore it is a broader and bigger conversation.
What I was looking forward to when I came to this July retreat was working together with a team from Mastercard, including the consortium partners, to be able to co-create and crystallize our gender lens investing thesis so that it be more powerful and more effective in terms of being able to get the outcomes that we all are looking for, which is impacting communities through women entrepreneurs.
There are so many things that happen in the world and even inside of gender lens investing that shrink what we think gender is about. It's just about women in leadership. It's just about women on boards. We're talking about power. It's the structures, the systemic inequities that prevent women from having access to capital, preventing us from creating products that work for women.
You are not a successful gender lens investor if you are counting bodies, you're counting the number of people either in boards, the people you invested in, but actually is that your processes are actually removing and reducing biases to be able to effectively ensure that fundamentally and structurally you are able to actually have an impact that supports women investors, women entrepreneurs, as well as just women in general in the community.
We're not looking at women or investing in women as something that needs to be done because nobody's doing it. We're basing this on facts that we've gathered from investments that we've made in the past. Facts that point to how gender-balanced teams outperform single-gender teams. So when we're moving forward, as we identify companies that we will be investing in, we already have a benchmark that we're going to be comparing them against and ensuring that the ones that don't meet that benchmark are at least willing to meet us halfway in this journey and hopefully come out stronger for us both as a fund manager and as a portfolio company.
So one of the questions here is under regulatory risk. Is the company, I actually think this is the most important question, is the company leadership, including the board, aware of potential regulatory changes?
We will use our fund to be able to address power dynamics that are unfair or do not address the change that we want to see within our investment companies, including our portfolio. What we will do is we'll try and see if we can bring in KPIs in terms of key performance indicators for all these investment companies to be able to achieve and have a meaningful impact with regards to gender integration internally and externally. So we will have them review and see what exactly they're trying to achieve with regards to gender empowerment.
We're trying to build a diverse investment team that essentially represents the market that we're trying to serve. So diverse in terms of gender, but also diverse in terms of the nationalities that we bring into our teams. And that we feel like by having this diversity in our team, we are going to be aware of all the cultural nuances that affect businesses in a different country where we want to operate. And then another way by which we are trying to overcome those power dynamics is to essentially seeking out support from local communities, from genderless experts, because we understand that we are very new to the gender lens ecosystem. We still have a lot to learn. So we are always seeking out advice, support, and guidance from experts in the gender ecosystem, in the gender field, in order to make sure that we have the right tools to overcome power dynamics that can ultimately affect our investments.
So how do we plan to change some of the power dynamics that we see in the market today? I think one of the biggest power dynamics we see is capital. How does capital move across the ecosystem? I think the first thing is just, as a female fund manager, we don't have that many female fund managers. And I think already just, our presence in the ecosystem is a change, where it's a shift in those power dynamics where women are now becoming allocators of capital. And beyond us, we're looking to shift that across the entire value chain. So one, also shifting capital to different founders. Yes, one, we focus and we like to look for female founders. But beyond that, we also look for founders that are not well networked.
A lot of them are beginning to look at their investment thesis. So as opposed to looking at gaps, what are some of the opportunities? So, the language around perhaps using underserved markets to actually being more specific about the groups, whether it's the local communities, the women there, the youth. So using positive attributes in their investment thesis to be able to articulate what it is their strategy is to potential investors. So there's already some shift in their thinking. They're already looking at ways of enhancing their processes, the outcome around, what they will look at going forward in terms of due diligence. So there's a number of things that have been learned during the retreat that I believe will be implemented. And so a big part of what NIDA and the fund will do will be to follow through to ensure that this business development services and the value creation that comes with it will be implemented in the coming months.